All right, guys, we are back once again. The video yesterday was pretty fun to make, and honestly, it did pretty well, so maybe we'll get back into making some regular League of Legends content. I don't really know. It depends how good the stories are and just kind of how good everything is going. But today was a story that I definitely wanted to talk about, something I definitely wanted to cover because it is sad but funny, crazy, I don't know, borderline satirical, really insane how unserious Bwipo is at this point in his career. And it's really upsetting because obviously at his best, he is, an all-time great in League of Legends. He's done some very crazy things in his career. He's had, multiple international appearances. He's made a world final. He's had some very high highs, but obviously as of late has had lots of low lows as well with, some good performances here and there, but also some drama, some controversy, plenty of other, weird things going on. And lately, a couple days ago, we heard the latest from Bwipo, and there was this. Bwipo returns as coach of Niski's LFL team, ZYB Esports. And hey, this is cool. Niski, a big name player that a lot of people are fans of, a lot of people respect. Bwipo having a chance to be involved. Maybe Bwipo, I know there's been some back and forth of Bwipo, like, oh, does he want to play top lane? Does he want to role swap? Does he want to coach? And it seems like every day or week or month we hear something different. It's like, oh, Bwipo's going to be a jungler. Oh, Bwipo's going to be a mid laner. Oh, Bwipo's going to be a coach. Oh, he's going to be top lane. I don't know. I don't know if Bwipo hasn't totally decided what exactly he wants for his future. Obviously, it depends what opportunities are out there for him, but if he does want to get into coaching later on down the line, obviously he's a great mind. I think people would have some questions about his leadership capabilities or, maturity levels or different stuff like that, but whatever. He's a great mind. I'm sure, if he put his mind to it and really focused and did the things he needed to do, he would probably be a pretty good coach. He probably has a lot of lessons and a lot of strategical things and definitely the skill set to probably be able to teach some people how to play some high-level League of Legends, whatever. That's awesome. So if he does want to get into coaching, seems like starting in the LFL, starting with Niski's team could be a great start, get his kind of feet in the water, get his name out there, get his hat in the ring. This could be really cool. So we get official. Bwipo becomes coach of ZYB Esport. Niski has some quotes like, hey, since we wanted to try hard at least a little, we all decided together to bring on a coach. The scrims are going to be more try hard so we can qualify for the LFL. You have the roster here of Hero, Manatee, Niski, Jezu, and Rip. And of course, Bwipo coaching. And then you have a clip of, coaching Rip and stuff. So that's awesome. So, hey, Bwipo is getting involved. He's getting going. Now, hey, that doesn't sound, too depressing, too sad, too funny, too satirical, comical, whatever. All those words that I said. So what the heck's going on? What's a big scoop here? What's a big story? So again, 2 days ago, this is the news on the League of Legends subreddit. Well, then yesterday we got this. Bwipo steps down as coach of Niski's LFL team ZYB Esports. How did this happen? How? 1 day later, did you take the job? You've been announced as coach and now you're stepping down 1 day later. I don't think I've seen anything like this. We see deals fall apart sometimes or rumors of like, oh, this guy's close to signing or this guy's about to sign and the deal falls through, whatever. But how do you get officially announced as coach and you decide to step down a single day later? I don't even know if this was 24 hours. It might have been like one session or something. I don't even know. But here, this is from Sheep Esports. It's on Reddit. Niski talked about it, whatever. Bwipo is no longer the coach of ZYB Esports. Niski says we don't even have a coach anymore. Again, just a day after announcing Bwipo as a head coach, saying, hey, we're going to be try-harding, so we brought in a coach. Now, they don't have a coach. I spoke to him, and at first he was keen, but he didn't think it would take up so much of his time. He told me he'd rather do something else than do this all week. That is insane. After one single coaching session, after one single day, keep in mind that whatever happened in one single day, that's not even necessarily indicative of what's going to happen every single day or every single week or whatever. But after one single day, he was able to decide, hey, that took up way too much time today. What did he think it was going to be? Now, it's my understanding, and I think I read somewhere, he's not getting paid or anything. It's a volunteer job, but I would assume that Bwipo is, okay or well enough off financially. But also, if you do want to get into coaching or have more opportunities later on down the line or whatever, you're going to maybe have to take some sacrifices, take some little hits here and there. Now, I get it. He has, I'm sure, plenty of opportunities for ways to make money and streaming and keeping himself to his own level. And maybe he just likes doing other stuff with his free time. That's totally fine. But again, if you have aspirations of continuing your League of Legends career, again, whether it's coaching, playing, whatever, this is not a great look. And to have, obviously these are not quotes from Bwipo's mouth. These are quotes from Niski's mouth of what Bwipo's saying or how, what he's paraphrasing Bwipo's saying or whatever. But again, along the lines of, he didn't think he would take up this much of his time. He told me he'd rather do something else. That's not a great quote. I didn't want to bother him, especially since he was volunteering or maybe he just couldn't handle it. I don't know. Plus, English, French thing, maybe there was a little bit of language barrier and stuff going on. I don't really know. Again, didn't I read about his assignment this morning? Grand opening, grand closing. Hilarious. Well, that was quick. Crazy Bwipo moment. Bwipo being hired and stepping down will happen once a month now. I also saw here, this is absolutely hilarious. Again, update, he is not ZYB esport coach anymore. He decided it's taking too much of his time and effort. And somebody says here, first League of Legends player diagnosed with CTE. So absolutely hilarious. So like I said, this is unserious as hell. Tons of people have been memeing this on Twitter. Tons of people have been making fun of this. Some people had these two Reddit posts like back to back on their feed and on their threads and stuff. Absolutely insane. As soon as it looked like Bwipo was, getting back into the competitive League of Legends scene, he is out just as soon as he entered. So I don't know. This seemed like the type of content that I wanted to cover and bring to you guys. So I don't know. Pretty much it was this video today. Hope I catch you guys on the next one. Until then. Peace.